Hello and welcome back to RC Workshop. Today then guys, 4 months on with the TRX4. What an absolute truck. I've had one before, I got rid of it, I made big regrets, so I got me the other one. So there's already a review and unboxing of this on my channel 4 months ago. This is just a follow-up, what's happened in them 4 months, things I've found, things you might want to change straight away, and just guys, what a truck! Let's get to it then guys, let's get that body off and have a look. Also, I'll be showing you through what little upgrades I have done to this truck as well since getting it. Let's just drop that body shell off like that. Wow. TRAXXAS have done really well with the TRX4. You know they have, it's like the platform to beat guys, it's absolutely wicked. Even the dogs like it, don't you? Don't? Hey, Charlie? Is that nice? You having a sniff? Let's make a start with that G500 body shell. And what a body shell. How great that thing looks on the trails. It's absolutely incredible. And you know what? It holds up really well. Takes a beating. Obviously, it's got scratches all over it, but you can't really see in close up. But this top protector here, it actually does a fair bit of protecting. This thing has done an awful lot of rolling. One little criticism is that the window tints have got chrome behind them for some reason. So when you scratch them little windows and put little scratches on, it comes through as chrome. Also the sides as well. So you've got these little black fenders on the sides. They're backed with chrome for some reason. Not sure why. But still, not a biggie. Like I say, light buckets as well. These light buckets, as you can see, the right one looks a little bit odd because it is. They ain't holding on too well, if I'm being honest. And these front little lights as well, these catch on absolutely everything. When you roll it, I've actually smashed one of them off, lost it, and had to reorder the light, the entire light. Apart from that though, the entire body shell is stood up to everything I threw at it, to be honest with you. I really did think that these little parts at the bottom would be flimsy and snap off, but they actually hold the body shell on really nice onto these side ladders on the actual chassis there. Underneath as well, like I say, I do keep all my models clean. It's spotless guys, it's done really well. It's done really well. Got my cheap little light system in it there that plugs into the speed control. It's nice guys, it's nice. Like I say, by the way guys, I've looked after it a little bit more since I realised how much a replacement body shell was. When you get really up close and personal, you can see there is a line and bead of scratches everywhere and stuff like that. But if you watch one of my cleaning videos, which I'll put on after this video, I'll show you how to get rid of all that when you clean your model down. Let's move on then to this absolutely awesome TRX4. What can I say guys, honestly, it's a complete 10 out of 10 for me. After 4 months, I've had a TRX4, like I say, I wasn't really into crawling at the time when I got one. I'm now into crawling. And this thing performs brilliantly. It's got all the stock electrics still in. It's got some goodie upgrades on, which I'll come to. I'll give you the first big letdown first, and that is the servo horn. Yes, a very small piece of plastic, as big as the end of your little finger, see it there attached to the servo. That little servo horn, if you've got a new TRX4, go out right now and buy yourself the metal version, or a fair few plastic ones for in your bag for when you're out. The last thing you want is to travel to your destination, get there, get set up with your crawling, roll it once, and that servo arm snaps. Because that's exactly what happened to me. So swap that servo arm straight away. The second problem I actually encountered with my TRX4 was I actually had a portal go. There's the small gear inside the portal. I'm not sure if it's focusing in. With every single gear tooth stripped off it. What that done is then the teeth went into the bigger one and snapped a tooth off the bigger one. But, you know, these are models, guys. I had used it. Who knows what happened to it, whether it was just put under strain. But I'm surprised the plastic drive shaft didn't go before this. I've not heard that these are a common problem, so don't be too worried. But again, easy replaceable. You got your manual, you look for your manual, you find your part number, you put it into a local model shop, buy it, and it comes in the post, or simply go and collect it. Whether they've got it in or not, I'm not sure, but that's as simple as it is, guys. This is the model game. If you're not willing to replace parts, then you're not in the right game. Anyway, that is my two major gripes out the way. And like I say, the second one, I don't think is going to happen to you. Touch wood. The TRX4 then, very, very capable truck, guys. Absolutely love taking this out. Very, very versatile. I like the remote as well. The remote's still in fantastic condition. All the switches still work as they should. I like the little cruise control button it's got on the top there as well. And the diff switch to change your diffs to locked and unlocked, which you already know about. Like I say, I'm just letting you know. All the servos, like I say, electrics and everything still work on mine. This thing has been completely submerged in fresh water for ages. We played in the water for a long time, guys, and it came out in one piece. Got it home, dried everything down, re-greased it all, and it's absolutely fine. The TRAXXAS suspension for me, I like them a lot, I really do. I do rate the suspension. The work, not a problem. Some upgrades that I would recommend straight away is putting some weight on that bottom end. TRAXXAS body shells, once you put the shell on and everything else, and where the plastics sit and everything else, it has got quite a high centre of gravity. So what you want to do is get some weight behind or lower than these wheels. So I've actually upgraded mine to the brass portal axles. You see there's the front, and there's the rear. I've also put some skid plates on. A quick note on the skid plates though, if you do buy this set of 3, that middle one, if you're used to using it without that middle skid plate, and you get the skid plate, you'll realise that actually you get hung on a fair bit of stuff with that. But I bought it, I'm going to leave it on there and I'm going to get used to it. You don't catch too much if I'm being honest, but now and again you get hung up on it and you think that's the skid plate. Wheels and tyres then. I do like the look of these wheels. I like the little Mercedes caps in the middle as well. Grip on the tyres, I'm not sure. If I'm being honest, I wish I'd got the TRAXXAS Canyon tyres on these wheels. Like I say, I will be upgrading my wheels and put some wheel weights in there as well. Gearbox, absolutely no problem with the gearbox, and I am constantly switching between first and second just because I come from the bashing background and I'm just sort of starting to enjoy the crawler background, the crawler scene a bit more. So what I'm doing is constantly switching between a little bit of speed back to crawling in between the trails and where we walk. Drive shafts, again, plastic drive shafts, not a problem, guys. I snapped a portal before I snapped the drive shaft, so that just shows how strong they actually are. What a truck, I love it. It's just so versatile as a crawler. Also, guys, the links on this car are absolutely fantastic. Held up really well. When I did build the COVID course in the back garden, this thing fell from about 8 foot in the air, and I watched the links go like literally take the force of the impact. Not a problem, still in one piece, not snapped any of those. For me as well, I'm a big fan of the TRAXXAS electrics, if I'm being brutally honest, and touch wood again that nothing happens, but this thing has now had, it's been out 10 times, I take 4 batteries out with me every time, so this has had 40 batteries through this car. This thing's doing really well. It's holding up against the water, holding up against the pressure, and with all the extra weight on it as well, with the skid plates and the portal weights that are made of brass. This thing is just doing really well. We've played tug of war versus other cars. The speed control, that little tiny speed control just holds up, and these little servos, not had a problem with. I didn't have a problem with in my last ones either. Radio box, completely waterproof as well, but I always make sure when I buy my TRX4s and my other TRAXXAS cars, before I run them in water, you want to undo all the points on this receiver box, take it off and just line them all with your own grease or Vaseline, drop the lid back on and tighten that down, and then you know that that is actually sealed yourself. So there you have it. This was only a short review, but just to let you know, after 4 months and 40 batteries later, it is definitely worth putting TRX4 in your collection. Definitely worth being your first crawler, and if you bought a cheaper crawler, go out and buy one of these, because you know what? I'm not being a TRAXXAS fanboy, but they have got this right with the TRX4. I tell you what, so versatile, so much to enjoy, so many upgrades available, so many parts available in case you break it, so much help out there as well, because it's such a popular model. go get one, guys. Anyway, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya. Oh yeah.